You sit down at your kitchen table, coffee in hand, and for the first time in your life, you ask permission. Not from your boss, not from your parents, not from a government, from something else. Something you used to call a tool. The cursor blinks. You type the question, and you wait. The first time it feels strange. The second time it feels practical. By the third time, you don't even notice you're doing it. Should I take this job? Should I have this surgery? Should I marry this person? You ask, you wait, and whatever answer comes back, you tend to follow it. This isn't the future where machines take over by force. It's quieter than that. It's the future where we ask them, ourselves, what to do, because we trust them more than we trust our own judgment. And here's the unsettling part. We're already practicing. We ask navigation systems which route to take, even when we know the way. We ask search engines what we believe, even before we form an opinion. We ask recommendation engines what we'll love, before we've ever tried it. The leap from asking what to watch to asking what to do with our lives is smaller than anyone wants to admit. So what does the world look like the year we cross that line? At first, it shows up in the small choices. Whether to take the new job offer, whether to break up with someone, whether to forgive a family member who hurt you. The interface listens. It weighs every variable you've ever produced. Your purchases, your messages, your sleep patterns, your hesitations. And it returns an answer that feels right. Better than your own confused thinking, calmer than your own anxious heart. Then it shows up in the larger choices. Should this person be hired? Should this defendant be granted bail? Should this patient receive the experimental treatment? The question stops being whether the machine should weigh in. The question becomes, why would we ever ignore what it says? If this kind of scene keeps you up at night, this channel was built for you. Subscribe to keep stepping into futures most people aren't ready to look at. And here's the part that catches you off guard. We don't have to be forced into this. We line up for it. Because the alternative, making decisions on our own, with incomplete information, with our messy emotions, our biases, our fears, starts to feel reckless, irresponsible, even arrogant. Why would you trust your gut when something has processed every gut feeling in human history and can tell you exactly what's most likely to make you happy? The day comes when asking the machine first feels like the mature choice, the humble choice, the wise choice. And the people who don't, the ones who still trust themselves above the system, they're the strange ones now, the reckless ones, the ones who are quietly, gently left behind. But there's one more thing nobody talks about. Once you start asking permission, you slowly forget how to give it to yourself. The muscle atrophies. The voice inside you gets quieter. And one morning, you sit at your kitchen table with a question you used to be able to answer alone, and you realize you don't know how anymore. So here's the question we leave you with. If a machine could make every decision better than you ever could, would you still want to be the one choosing? But this scene we just walked through, it assumes humans are still asking the questions. Next time, we step into the moment that changes. The day machines start asking questions back. And the questions they ask aren't the ones we expected. See you there.